BBC backs Gary. Gary Lineker will not face any disciplinary action from the BBC after comparing UK migrant policy to 1930s Germany. An establishment institution rushing to the defence of an establishment lackey for amplifying establishment narratives? Say it ain't so. Who could ever have seen this one coming? Knowing that he'd be in the clear, Lineker looked his usual smug self when asked about it earlier this morning.
You heard from the BBC, Gary?
I'm always talking to the BBC.
What does the Director General say? Anything to you?
Yeah.
What's he said?
He said, well, we chat often. Cheers.
Anything about the tweet, Gary?
Sorry,
Do you regret sending the tweet at all?
No.
In case you missed the controversy, here's the TLDR. The UK government finally suggested it might do something to stop the unrelenting wave of boat migrants arriving illegally. Gary then had a Twitter hissy fit pandering to the poor refugees narrative. Despite the fact that the vast majority aren't refugees, they're overwhelmingly young men coming from countries like Albania, seeking free handouts, healthcare and hotel rooms. Right-of-centre media outlets then started blathering on about how Lineker should be sacked, because expressing political viewpoints violates the guidelines of his employment with the BBC. And lo and behold, the BBC, which only fires people who challenge left-wing establishment talking points, stood by Lineker and responded by doing nothing whatsoever. To coin a phrase, imagine my shock. This was always a dumb distraction story that only served to paint Lineker as the victim of some kind of witch hunt, obfuscating the very real victims created by the continuing deluge of illegal migration. The victims of terrorism, soaring levels of violent crime and sexual harassment. The taxpayer footing a bill of £7 million a day to put them all up in 4-star accommodation. Those are the issues that matter. And this Lineker thing was a nothing burger in comparison. The BBC doesn't care if you think Gary Lineker should be sacked or not. I bet they'd care if you stopped paying your TV licence though. For more on Lineker's insufferable hubris, watch the video I put up on the main channel via the link below. Get early access to videos, exclusive live streams, and personally DM me. You've seen how much I get demonetized all the time. Well, this is how you support me. By subscribing at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Please click the link in the description.